There's 10 of them. You put your hands up. Yeah, yeah, that's one. Rolls, 2. 3. No, that's not a basic. Yeah. Rock, 4. Yes. Yeah, 5. 6, yes. Huh? Twists? 7, yeah. There's 3 left. No. You're not wrong, but it's not correct. Yeah, 7. We got 7 so far. No, that's a different style, love. Yeah. The last 3, people don't really remember them, but they're so important. You already said group. No, she already said bounce. He already said skates.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Twist?
She said twist.
Oh.
Yeah, 3 more. 3 more people. Should be studying, should know. Huh? No, that's not a basic. What? That's a social dance. It's not a basic technique of the dance style. Also, no, social dancing are not the foundation of the dance. They're the words. The foundation of the dance is equivalent to the alphabet of the dance.
What?
I have a broken ChatGPT. No. Again, hello. Please come through.
Ben burada yazıyorum bu arada. Skates?
You already said skates. We still at 7, yeah? It's not a basic.
Hareket yani o.
Already said rolls.
Hop.
Thank you. 8, 2 left. Hey, me study it. No. Don't cheat. Understanding like what fundamentals are very important. First of all, what do you understand foundation to like mean? What is a foundation? What do we need foundation in generally speaking? But why is it important to, not just from a dance concept, but what are fundamentals on any given concept important? No wrong answer, just think and try. Yes,
Of the concept.
but why is it important?
Neden önemli?
A building, like it's the base of the building. It's a base, and these are the basics.
But why is it important in the building?
Because it needs to stand and.
Anything? Anybody else want to add to this? Why are fundamentals and foundations important in life? Okay, I'm gonna shed some light. Do you know why you can't speak? Well, yeah. You started talking because you imitated your parents, but you didn't start speaking with the understanding of what words mean until something else was given to you. That's a component. It's not a part of speech. If I tell you the word banana, but you don't understand what B means, what A means, and what a banana is just sounds, you know?
It's basically like an alphabet, I think, because if we know alphabet, we know letters, we can use them to construct sentences and basically to speak and have conversation. So the base can play the same role here as an alphabet, like kind of like.
So what is the alphabet then?
The way how we name different sounds.
Mm-hmm.
In dance is the same, like we use them as a constructor, like it's our alphabet, and on top we can create something more complex.
Yes, exactly. It's getting closer to it. So, in order for us to speak, we need fundamental understanding in order to be able to do it. You need the following in speech. You have lexicon, which is basically the array of vocabulary that you know in order to be more precise with what you're saying. By having a lexicon, a wider range of vocabulary, I can express myself in a way that's more precise. To say, okay, I'm a little bit hungry, I'm famished, that means I'm extremely hungry. I haven't ate for days. All of those things are based on the vocabulary. In reverse, the first thing that you will have is phonetics, which is basically learning sounds. So like you said, when you learn to speak, the first thing you do is sounds. Those sounds, later on with morphology, learning how to like identify words, connect words to concept, because at first you can learn a ball, but you would have to see the ball to connect the word to the concept. So why do we need fundamentals? Because fundamentals are the building blocks to our brain and our human understanding. And those building blocks allow us to create more things on top. So if you have learned the basic of vocabulary, of diction, of context and how to use phrasing, basically there's a difference between saying, based on the situation, if you say I'm hot, could mean you're just hot, but you could also say, I need somebody to open the window, you know? So all of those things comes with like the fundamental being established and then adding on top of it. Everything else in the world functions the same. You need foundational structure to understand how things work individually. Once you understand them, then you can build your own things. And dance is the same. Without a fundamental structure, we basically cannot have concepts that becomes human knowledge. That's why you have foundation. Because we can share one thing on one topic to everybody. That's why you have a language. So in dance, a language are those things, and then you can share that dance with other people because you have a foundation. If we're speaking about dance specifically, if my dance does not have building blocks, I cannot teach it to you because I don't have any concept to say, this is this is that, this is that. So I can't teach you the thing. The same as if we want to learn a language, but I can speak to you, but I cannot tell you why can't and can are not the same thing. I can't tell you why cat and a bat sound the same, but they're not the same, because I don't have basics of understanding to be able to make it universal. Just to respond to you, the most important thing for you as an artist is to do just that, to put your point of view across. And it's not hard because you can't, it's hard because you don't allow yourself to be uncomfortable and show what you have to say. So it's like just taking the leap of faith and like allowing yourself to just do whatever you want to do, which will build that space of fear, because confidence and bravery exist because you're afraid. You're not confident or brave if you don't have fear. You're just reckless. So bravery is, I don't feel, but I'm still doing it. And you build that. The most complex thing to do is to learn how to do a lot with little. That means you learn how to do and apply the thing that you have in 1 billion types of ways. I'm saying this because we're still speaking about foundations. A lot of people skip things and go because they think, okay, this is so complex, and then that's all they can do. But the layers of what you can do with the bounce, with the rock, the hops, the skates are beyond possible. The skates don't have to just be this. This is the basic layer. Skates can be floats. They can be everything. You can reverse a skate, right? A skate can be connected to techniques. If I want to do, I can touch and skate at the same time, right? If I want to wave, I can go on the floor and skate at the same time. All right? And I can stay on skates continuously. That's just one application. Everything else can be pushed to a lot of boundaries depending on how you apply them. That's just the same thing as like, this is light. What is light? Electricity. How many forms of electricity do you think exists?
Form var dedikleri sordu. Yes.
Yeah. There's many forms of electricity to the point that sometimes you don't even recognize it. Electricity that becomes light, electricity in your phone, electricity, electromagnetic field that exists between us. There's many shapes and forms for electricity. And how we change is the way that we apply it. It's the same with knowledge and information. If you do something for a while, but you can only do it 1 or 2 ways, you haven't reached the full potential of that one thing. Just like language, there's so many words, but it's not about knowing words, it's about what you can do with the words that you know. I don't need to like learn a bunch of words, I'm just really good with like what I know, and I can use it in a different way so that my speech is not repetitive, but I don't need to go and like get a dictionary and like learn new words to express myself. I just need to be creative with the words that I utilize in order to create a picture without having to like dig in, because even having like 100 words is a lot. Because all of you know words that you use maybe one time a day. It's the same thing with information and the things that you work on. Let's say that you're working on groove. Groove has so many forms. Groove differs based on the music that you dance into. Can you dance to every song? If you can't, you haven't even touched like 10% of like what groove is. If you can only dance to hip hop and you're stuck on funk, you don't really know how to groove. That's what I mean by range. The same thing with other components. Can you groove continuously and do other things at the same time that you groove? Another way of applying it. Can you wave and groove? Can you groove on the floor? So there's so many models and ways of expansion, and it's why I teach you what I do in the laboratory. You cannot be limited and you cannot stop growing, because you just gotta tweak the different systems. If you just do one thing, one way, then yes, you'll be stuck. If you look at the different things that you have, you know what you have, then you can improve every single thing continuously, because that's what is setting in the...
İçinde çalışma. Galiba. Çok iyi.
All right, great. So, with all of them new information, the one thing for you guys that I hear for the week that I want you to remember the most is what you do with information and how you use it. That's the most important thing. We all given the same knowledge when we go to school, but we all go on and do different things based on the knowledge that we gained, based on like how we utilize our brain. It's the same thing with information that you get. If you get something, you look at it, you question it, you wonder how, why, can I put it there? Can I use it this way? Can I use it this way? When you thought about all the way possible to use it, you live it, and then you go back to it later, because as you grow, your perception changes and you can use things in a different way. So it's not That's why I said, generally speaking, growth and improvement is limitless. If you think you've learned everything in the subject, you just choose to be stupid because it's impossible. We can't do that. Like, science exists because we can't even figure out why we're here. And we've been living for a very, very, very long time. It's the same for everything. A craft is to be mastered, but if you've mastered it, you're stuck. I'm seen as a master, I'm a student. Because if I'm a master, that means I ain't got nothing to learn. I have a bunch of things to learn. So I'm still mastering what I'm learning and what I'm doing, because growth is like this. It's impossible. It's very difficult to be stuck. Because if you're stuck, it means you're just looking one way. You just gotta look the other way and you can do something else. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm struggling how to groove. How are you training? How are you practicing? Do you try a different way? Do you try to dance with a partner? Do you try to dance to different music? Do you try, you know what I mean? If you try everything, which is impossible, because we're just human, that means there's always a pathway for change, for development, and for growth. So I want this to be like in your heads as you come here, so that you can actually get the most out of this experience. This is Saleh.
I want to tell you something. My music was